More and more women, up to 18%, are hopping on motorcycles these days.
Yeah, Milwaukee area woman Vicki is here. She's one of the many women featured in a book called Biker Chicks of North America. Good morning to you.
Well, good morning to you.
Welcome, and thanks for bringing the machine.
It's nice to be able to do something with the motorcycle in the middle of the winter.
Right? Might as well be sitting on it in
getting
the
some
studio.
sort of use out of it.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit, you're featured in this new book, tell us a little bit about this experience. They're really going and proving that all across America, ladies are on these machines.
Yeah, I was contacted about being in this book because I'm a woman who's in the biz, so to speak, you know, and I do a lot of things with motorcycling. So I was one of the 22 women in the book that were recommended to be in there. And they wanted to tell our stories, do a little bit more than just have people hear Vicki Accident Scene Management, but, you know, what is your background, where did you come from, and that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
I'm curious to know why you started writing, how you started. This is something that I've never
Well, you know, it's probably not that unusual of a story, quite honestly.
A need for speed, what was it?
Well, it was need for adventure, quite honestly.
Okay.
And a controlling of my own destiny. I started out as a passenger, like many women do. And unfortunately, the relationship didn't work out. And I missed the bike more than I missed the guy. You know?
You took matters in your own hands,
The next
right?
summer came, and I'm thinking, oh, man, you know, do I have to find another guy to give me a ride? And that seemed kind of foolish to me.
Yeah.
So I went out and bought a bike, and I really didn't know much about it other than having been a passenger in the back. So my first ride was actually up a set of stairs. I don't recommend learning how to ride by yourself, you know, like going across the lawn like I learned on a bicycle.
Was it intentional going up the flight of stairs?
No. I thought it was like a bicycle, and if I would just ride this motorcycle across the yard, if I fell over, it wouldn't hurt so much because it would be in the grass, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense, right? Well, what happened was it went faster than I thought it was going to, and I looked to where to put my feet, and when I looked up, I was heading for some stairs, and they put the brake on the same side as the throttle. I reached for the brake, and I hit the throttle instead, and I went right up the stairs.
There's two types of people, right? The people who've fallen off a bike and who will fall off a bike, if you've ridden, right?
Yeah.
And I was telling you, too, so I got my license a couple years ago. I grew up behind my dad on a bike. Still to this day love going riding with my dad. But there's something special, and that's kind of what this book talks about, too. It's an empowering thing that a lot of women really thrive on.
Yeah. And it really is an adventure for myself. I mean, my husband and I both ride now. He has a bike, I have a bike. I could ride on the back of his motorcycle, but I much prefer to be in the driver's seat. So it is a controlling of your own destiny, but you'll understand this as a woman. We get to take twice as much stuff. He can't tell me, don't put more stuff in that saddlebag or you only get this much.
So you travel on this? Is this like a cute concept or a form of transportation?
It is both things. And this is a 2008. I have 39,000 miles on it.
She's traveled on
And,
it.
I am a member of the Iron Butt Association.
So am I, but that ain't got nothing to do with the bird.
Tell her what that means for people that don't know. The Iron Butt Association is?
It's when you do over 1,000 miles in less than 24 hours and you document it.
It's awesome.
Wow.
So it has to be documented where you start, where you end. You have to have somebody sign papers. You have to document all your gas stops so that it's true that you actually did this. So.
Now, one of the things that's mentioned in the book about you is you started a nonprofit back in '96 called the Accident Scene Management. So talk a little bit about that.
That's probably what I'm best known for. And as a nurse, I'm a registered nurse. Became an EMT once I started teaching this program because I started to understand that motorcycle trauma is not something that's well understood. And even as a nurse, I felt like I didn't have enough information to be able to do a really good job. If my friends went down, people would say, oh, thank God we have a nurse with us, and I'd always go, no. Yes, I know more than the average person, but I certainly didn't know motorcycle trauma. So as I became more aware of what I needed to know, I created a program for my friends to teach my friends what to do if it was me who went down. And I've been teaching it since 1996. We've trained over 17,000 people now. I have 140 instructors who teach my program all over the United States, and we just added Australia.
Very cool.
Australia's got a program.
Congratulations.
In 2 weeks they have their first class.
So that answers kind of my question about the safety aspect, because it feels dangerous to me. exciting, but kind of dangerous.
Some of us are dangerous walking in high heel shoes that she walks in too, so you got to pick your poison here, Cassandra, right?
I suppose.
Yeah, and you just do have to, you have to be cautious. You have to be a defensive driver, the best at being defensive. And there are just 6 different areas of motorcycle safety. There's ways that we can control this. We need to make ourselves visible. I've got these most awesome, I don't know if this is going to drive anything crazy, but I've got some, you know, purple strobes.
And, no, put them back on. Can you see them?
Is that, so I've got ways of making this bike visible.
That's very cool.
All of my stripes that are on here are reflective. It's so if lights hit them. And I believe in driving unimpaired.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
And that can be many things. You know?
And I like to too. And again, because I've grown up in this thing and I've done so much with my dad, I was telling you before that anybody bikers are some of the best people in the entire world. And that is something, it's very true when you go on these rides and they're such genuine, beautiful people. And anyone out there, you said the black leather thing kind of sends a different message. But if you don't know, you know, it's just because it's practical.
Yes, yeah, and I say, you know, people think we wear black leather so we'll look cool, and it does that for us, but that's not really why we wear it.
Oh, you do look cool.
Explain why. Right. Explain why then.
We wear it because it's the best substance. If I went down, the leather is going to protect me much better, and the black leather actually absorbs the heat and keeps me warmer.
Right.
If you think about the wind chill when you're riding,
yes.
You know, you can get cold even if it's 70 degrees out. So the black leather works really nice.
Look how awesome. We just had a shot of your boots too. You just,
I know.
so that's part of the fun.
Fashion.
Is the fashion
She's wearing my jacket. I mean, there's some extra fashion there.
How fun is this?
And Diamond Posse is an organization that I started last year that thanks veterans for what they've done to allow us as women to be empowered to ride free.
That's so cool.
In many countries, we would never be able to jump on a big Harley like this and ride cross country.
Yeah.
So last year, I got a group of women together, and we rode from San Antonio, Texas, back here to Wisconsin, stopping at VA hospitals every day of National Armed Forces Week. And we stopped there to say thank you to the veterans, and we joined LZ Lambeau and that welcome home to the Vietnam vets. So it was awesome.
Very, very
really
cool.
exciting.
All right, neat story. Thanks for sharing some of it with us. Again, the book, let's show us Biker Chicks in North America, one of several people featured in that book. You good. You go, girl. Look at Abby. Thank you for being here.
No, you want to ride, don't you?
Yeah, we're going to check in with Tony after the break.